I'm Julianne Schultz, I'm your president. I'm making this video for you today so that you can practice at home, or if you were unable to make our meeting, you can get a little bit of basics of the key points talked about in the last meeting. So to start off, I'd like to talk about a little bit of vocabulary of Taiko. This right here is bachi, they're your drumsticks. This right here is a Taiko drum. This is the head, or atama. This right here, the tacks, are called byo. And this right here is called mimi, translated in English to be ear. And this is the body of the drum. So to start off, I'd like to talk about Kamae. Kamae is your stance or your ready position when you're playing Taiko. So the first thing is that you are going to be in a lunge position, a little bit wider than shoulder length apart. Your left foot will be coming forward, and your right leg would be going back, and it should look like this. So on the left side, and then on the right side, and you can adjust it to however tall you are and however tall the drum is. As for the hands, your hands should be pointed and parallel, like so. Your elbow should be straight, and your bachi should be pointed at the head of the drum. So it would look something like this. Also, when your bachi is pointed at the drum, it should be a little bit less than the center of the drum, so about right here. Okay, so moving on, we're going to talk about how to hold the bachi. Holding the bachi is like making a fist. So if you were to make a fist and put your bachi in it, it would look something like this. From here, it's important to note that you should have about 3 finger space from the base of the bachi to your hand. This gives it a little bit of wiggle room. Speaking of wiggle room, it's important to make sure your drumsticks feel loose in your hands, but not too loose so they fly away. The tension should mostly be right here between your pointer finger and your thumb. A way to practice this is to just loosely wiggle your bachi in your hands and get a comfortable feel of them. So moving on to the next point, we're going to be talking about how to do a basic strike. So we'll be starting up here. This is the first step, and we'll start with one hand. So, just like we were in Kamae, your elbow is straight, your arm is completely straight, and your bachi is pointed. The same is going to go in our starting position. Your bachi should be pointed up at the sky, so you're pointing at the clouds. From here, you'll be bending your elbow 90 degrees, but keeping your wrists and bachi completely the same, so it should look like this, and right in front of your body, parallel, or perpendicular, like so. From here, you will drop your bachi onto your shoulder by relaxing your wrist, like so. And from here, you'll strike the drum. When striking the drum, it's important to remember to tense your hand after the impact as to not have a thudding sound or have it fly away from you. A thudding sound, for example, would be like if you weren't to catch the, like I like to call it, recoil. So from the tense position, your arm should be straight and your bachi should be kind of like it is perpendicular to you, like so. So from here, you'll relax your hand just like we did in Kamae in this ready position so that it points to the drum again. Let's just relax it for the next step, which is pulling it forward and back up top. Personally, I like to push forward when I bring it back up to make it look more fluid, like so. So to piece them all together, it would look like this. Starting at the top, pointing at the sky, 90-degree angle, dropping it on your shoulder, striking and tensing, pointing and relaxing, and pushing up. The same will go for your other hand. 90 degrees, relax on your shoulder, strike and tense, relax, point, pull forward. So, moving on from there is practice. A good thing to note in Taiko is the more you practice, the more comfortable you'll be and the more smooth you'll sound. So to practice at home, a good way to start is with one hand, just to go choppily through all the steps to make sure you have them all down with both hands, one at a time. You can use either a metronome or whatever speed you would like in your own head. From there, you can increase the speed to make it look more fluid. So for the next class and meeting, we'll be starting with a little bit of recap of what we learned last meeting and diving right into the different types of strikes. So for example, dong, su, doko, kara, and su, which is a rest. We'll also be going over kakego and kiai. For example, ha, sore! And maybe from there we can go into horse beat, which sounds a little like this. That'll be important when we're learning renshu, a drill that we'll be going over soon. Hope to see you next class.